Good day everyone, for skiers. In this video I'm going to share with you 10 of my favorite ski drills to become a great skier. In the first half we look at pressure to steer the skis, and in the second half kind of look at doing larger movements to have some extra fun out there. Okay, let's get started. The first drill we're going to do today is the basic slope spin. It's an amazing drill where we learn how to make the ski steer or rotate using pressure and a little bit of edge too, of course. If you think about the typical P-ski, the middle of the ski is somewhere here, and if you have the pressure in the middle, you get the most edge gripping the snow, so you get kind of the most grip. If you move anything beyond that, you'll unweighten the tail and make it skid. And if you move the weight back, you'll unweighten the nose and make it skid the other way. It's going to look like this. Start with just side slipping and move your weight back to make the tails grip and feel it. And then the noses to make the noses grip. Feel that a couple of times, and then we take the nose grip to the extreme but leaning quite hard. And then move the weight to the tails to stop that rotation. And you can do it again. And that way you can just continue rotating. Try this for a long time. And the main common mistakes to work on is to keep your feet almost touching each other like this. Because if they're too wide, it gets way harder. Good luck, that's the basic slope spin for you. Let's take the slope spins to the next level with the slope spin play. Here I want you to have the goal to move beyond like the functional range of 4.5 into like experimental, where even the noses come up, or maybe even the tails if you can. With my skis it'll be very hard to get the tails up. It's gonna look something like this. So the first slope spin to try is like a slow spin tail butter 3. You move forward, so you go backwards, and then get those noses into the air. And then just get control of it again. And you can try it again. And then you can also just mess around a bit more with the noses. I actually did a little jump there to even be able to make it up. That's slope spin play for you. Mess around and you'll find out what you can do with your equipment. Ooh, I got a little out of breath. If you like this video, consider joining one of our ski technique camps for adults, where we combine expert level 4 ski instructors with carve and video analysis to push your skiing to the next level. See you there. Now we're going to do a drill I like to call pressure steering. And we're going to use the skills from the slope spins of at the top third of the turn. We want to have decent amount of forward balance. We get more pressure on the front of the skis, which will unweighten the tails and make them skid. I think typically when you do short turns, you have a bit of both the pressure steering and you're just letting the feet rotate around. In the basic form, it's going to look something like this. To make it easy for ourselves, we're going to do pretty big skidded turns. Weight forward, so that it really allows it. And I sink down in my legs a little bit like that, stopping the skid. So the aft stops it, the fore makes them skid. And then do this for a good long while, because it's pretty hard to get a grasp of at first. And then you can make slightly more narrow corridor skidded turns, but still keep it pretty slow and really feel for that fore and aft and how it makes you grip and ungrip the skis. Woo! That was so satisfying. I don't think I'm gonna love looking at those turns. I was too into talking, but I hope you get the gist of it. Let's do it a bit more advanced now. Now we have 2 key spots to think about it. Here, top third, hammer on the fore pressure, let the tail skid, skid, skid. And then as you move down, you end up a bit more here, a bit more aft, making the tails grip and the skis shoot across the slope. 2 frames, 2 feelings. Before, a bit aft. It's gonna look like this. So we're gonna have a little bit more narrow corridor. So you move, hit that third a before, and then a bit aft at the bottom third. Ooh, that feels good. And you're gonna have to work on this a long time. It's pretty difficult to do. And then you can learn to differentiate between the feeling of what's more suitable for, say, intermediate skiers is to think hip forward and hip back to start and stop the skidding. When you get a bit more advanced, you want to think about the feet kind of being a bit on a pendulum below you instead, which is a little bit trickier, where you kind of just feel how the feet are moving under you. Because the feet are much lighter than your upper body, they can move quicker, which is one of the big advantages here. I hope you can see kind of the feet moving a bit forward and backwards to guide that pressure. You're gonna learn dolphin turns. They're amazing to put our fore and aft play to the extreme by doing little ollies in between turns. So you have that rocking motion of the feet a bit to the extreme into a little ollie. And the first you do rather large radius turns, just so you have the time to get a feeling for it. But it's actually kind of hard to do in a large turn because you want to do it in one fluid movement, which we'll do in a smaller turn later. The key thing to get it right is to get this foot forwards and back. So you go from maximum up to maximum forwards in an instant. Woo! So you finish the turn, little ollie straight into the forward pressure. And this drill is going to make you way better at powder and moguls. It's pretty dope. But you'll notice, just like 5 or 10 of them is going to make you out of breath probably. Let's see if we can do some more dolphin turns here. A more narrow corridor. Maybe I want to do even more. You see how the feet are moving under my body? Oh, that's too fast. Make sure you're holding the speed down a little bit. Once the speed gets out of hand, the pressure at the bottom is like pretty hard to resist. So a bit slower is better than faster. Start small. Get a feeling for it. Trying to use that feet kind of jetting across the slope because the tails are grabbing. But I had some fun. They might not be the prettiest, but I hope you get the point of it. Awesome drill to really take that fore and aft and the pendulum feeling with your legs to the extreme. Let's have a closer look at the dolphin turns and what's really going on with my feet doing this funky turn. So first of all, you want to think about the feet like a pendulum going forward, creating this ollie, and then a pendulum back again. So you'll have maximum force so the skis are skidding around the turn easily. And then simply repeat that, and by doing this pretty complicated movement, you'll become an expert at using this pendulum movement to, in an instant, go from maximum aft to maximum fore. Let's put our new pressure steering skills to the test by doing some funnels. Start maybe 2 piston bashers wide and then maybe 1 ski width at the bottom. This way you will have to hammer on that pressure a bit sooner and sooner and making those skis rotate quicker and quicker. Let's go for a ski and do it. Before you drop in, look and have some sort of key markers. Okay, I'm going to make it that wide and then as wide as a ski further down. Let's go. So, the speed build up a little bit. Oh, this is going to be my biggest turn. And then super slowly make it a little bit tighter and tighter, which is going to have to speed up your movement a little bit better, or like faster. Oh, they're getting tighter now. Ah. Oh, do you see I don't have to pump insanely much to make the skis rotate that quickly. Woo! I made my little legs a little sleepy. And then you can do that a couple of times. And then once you find the size of the funnel that you love, go and practice some more at that size of turn. The reason why you want to practice some ridge riding is to challenge your movements to do much greater amounts of extension and flexion as you move over the ridge. And ridges can often be found on the side of the slopes, just like here. Let's go and shred it. The main thing for you to have in mind is when you're on the top of the ridge, let the legs come up pretty tall. Then you extend them away from you, just like this. So the first couple turns you want to do, really bring those knees up and then extend them away. And you can do a bit larger turns the first couple you are trying. And then as you're getting this rhythm of letting the knees come up just on top of the ridge, you can make them a bit more narrow like this. And you'll experience a much greater flow from one turn to the next. And it's going to make you a way better powder skier, mogul skier, the sicker cross under turns. Let's take our skills to the test with a chicken head ridge riding. Make sure you keep the head as stable as you possibly can. You will be able to feel it, or you can have a friend film you from the bottom, just like this. By embracing your chicken within, you can really feel if you're extending and retracting the knees enough to keep the head stable. This way you get some immediate feedback. And sorry about that poor demo. Ridge riding, the sickest thing. Let's put many of the aspects in this whole video together in a challenging ridge riding play drill. So we want to play with the feet, the pressure, the dolphin turns over it. Maybe we can add a bit of slope spins to it. I'll show you. Tag along and we'll rip up this ridge. Just let the skis go over a little bit, like a little jump. And if that was fun, you can use your play of ridges. Little bit of a dolphin turn. Woo! Get some jumps in. Have fun. Then you can get in some of those pressure play we were doing before, like the slope spins. Then back into it again. And just have fun. Ridges are freaking amazing to push your skiing to the next level. Next drill here is going to help you achieve higher edge angles and carve cleanly with the in-rigger or support wheels, where if I would carve this way, you place the body over the inside ski and let it just slide in. See how I'm getting higher and higher edge angles? That way you can kind of simulate to dare to really tip on the inside and be far on the inside of your skis, which can be a bit scary at first. Let's go for a run and I'll show you our progression. Start on a really mellow slope like this and allow the ski to really go away from you. That flat inside ski. Wow! And when you do large edge angle turns like this, you'll notice it's almost impossible to skid the ski. Do that some, and then you can take it into your skiing and just try to achieve the same feeling without that support wheel. So try that some on super flat terrain like here, and then you can try it on slightly steeper terrain. Then we head to the next drill. Here's another drill to achieve high edge angles, and it's the hand drag. It is best done with mittens, so it protects the finger, but you can also do it like this, just hold them together. And it's best to ditch the poles, so you got both hands to work with. And this will really make you dare to go way further on the inside, as you can support yourself a little bit on the hand, but make sure you still have some angulation. Let's go and do some basic ones first. Alright, first step will be in a J turn. Go straight down the fall line, let the speed build up, and then lay it over. Woo! So look up, make sure it's safe. This time we're really gonna pull in the inside leg to allow us to tip over. Let the speed build, tip in, pull up this leg, drag it. It's easier than it looks. Try this many times before you try it in real carve turns. After you've done the J10 hand drag many times, let's connect the turns now and drag it a bit more in the fall line. It helps to have a bit of a wide corridor with the long arc length. Let's go for a ski. Build up speed. Drag a little bit, stay low. Cross under transitions are the best for this. As you see, like, it's not that hard. Just gotta dare to like pull up that inside knee. Sometimes I like to talk about like bow and arrow, that you're kind of pulling, you know, the bow and arrow apart like that, but you can do it with your legs instead. Short leg, long leg, bam. Let's now try it on a little steeper terrain. It's gonna actually be a little bit easier in some ways, although it'll be a bit trickier to handle the outside ski pressure. Let's have some fun now. Oh, I love this shit. Let's hit it. Wow, just dragging it, staying low to transition. You can use the outside hand as well to keep it low, to look kind of tidy. Wow. When you're doing this, you're probably gonna notice that you get a big smile on your face, because it's really fun. Thank you guys for watching. Consider joining one of our ski technique camps for adults, maybe introduction to freeride, advanced freeride camps. We do a lot of them. Check them out, or this video. YouTube thinks you will love it. See you in the next one. Ciao for now.